Hello, my name is Frank Klesitz. I'm the CEO of Vyral Marketing, and I want to thank you for watching this video. You're going to learn how Sarita Dua, one of our great viral marketing clients in Portland, Oregon, did 1.5 million. Is that right, Sarita, in GCI last year?
Yeah, close to 1.6.
That's an incredible achievement. So we're going to spend some time today going through how she got into real estate, what she does for lead generation, how she gets business from her database, specifically how we reconnected with it. But also, if you stick around, we're actually going to do a screen share. I'm going to take you through our video blog. We're going to take a look at our videos. We're going to take a look at some of our search engine optimization. And I reviewed all this, and I have some recommendations for more improvement to even get better results for you today, okay?
I'm excited. Thank you.
Yeah, but our audience really wants to know is like, you made a lot of money, and it came from your database. Like what, 78% of your business last year came from your database? Is that right?
It was 72%, but close. Yeah.
Yeah, 72%. That's great. And I'm assuming that with all the homes that you sell, it's a much more enjoyable way to do business than a lot of cold calling them, if I'm not mistaken.
Absolutely.
Okay. So I think if anyone could take from this is maybe the philosophy and the approach to how she generates her listing leads and her buyer leads from her database. And this has been built up over 15 years of selling real estate in Portland. Is that right, Sarita?
That's correct.
Yep. Hopefully you can learn some good things how you can sell houses too, following a very education-based, database building relationship approach at scale with technology, with publishing videos and stuff like that. So Sarita, I got some basic questions I want to ask you to kind of help frame where you're at and where other real estate professionals watching this can kind of know more about who you are. So you've been selling real estate. You got licensed in 2003 and you started selling. So it's your 15th year in real estate. We covered that. You're in Portland, Oregon. And before that, you worked at Intel. Is that right? You were in the startup business. You worked at Intel. How long were you in the tech business and marketing?
I was in, thanks, Frank. Yeah, it was in high-tech sales and marketing for 14 years. I was doing sales, account management, biz dev, product marketing. And 7 of those 14 years were at a big company, Intel. And then after that, I got the startup bug and went to a 4person.com and spent the next 7 years at 4 different startups. So really kind of my main career focus was high-tech sales and marketing, and switched into real estate in 2003.
Cool. And why? So after working at Intel and doing all that, why did you become a real estate agent?
Well, honestly, I wish I could say it's because I love houses and I'm so passionate about, Frank Lloyd Wright and architecture. But quite frankly, it was because my husband was working. We moved out here to Portland for his job at Nike. And he was always on a plane for work, and I was always on a plane for work. And then you could probably relate. I had 2 young kids at the time, 2 and 4, and we were literally playing rock, paper, scissors every time they had an ear infection on who'd have to stay back from their business trip. And it got to the point where one of us just had to kind of get off the hamster wheel, as I like to say. And I had just gotten my MBA in marketing and entrepreneurial management, and I love the idea of starting my own thing. Unless you go on Shark Tank and get a bunch of money, right? I looked at service-based industries where I could put in the time and my know-how and achieve a great business, and real estate made the most sense.
Well, you did it because you've sold about, what, 1,000 to 1,200 homes in the past 15 years?
That's correct.
That's a lot of houses. So last year, 67 million in production, 134 homes sold, which is great. And you're pretty proud about raising your average price point. Why don't you tell us about that a little bit?
Absolutely. It's something that I just look back and I kind of am in shock that we've been able to do it. But our current price point year to date for 2017 is $584. But it's important to note that we went from $330 to $430 to $447, and last year it was like $499, $500. So every year it's been a nice clip up, and that's just sort of been focused. Obviously, success yields success. So the more higher priced clients you have, the more referrals you get from that client base. But in the last 5 years, we've almost doubled our price point through focus and through dedication, and really part of it is mindset, really believing that you're in that price point and being able to service a luxury customer.
Well, I know Portland's been a pretty hot market. It's like one of the hottest markets in the country.
It is. It's up there. Us in Seattle tend to duke it out.
Yeah. Okay, so you got your average price point up, which is great. And last year, total gross commission about 1.5 million, which is incredible. And I'm assuming there's not much cost on that when you're working by referral.
Yeah, I mean, obviously we all have costs, and I do have a team, but it is definitely a nice way to go. You're not, you're doing business with people you like, that know and trust you, and they're telling their friends, family, and colleagues as well. So the cost base is much lower in terms of lead acquisition.
So obviously you're doing really well. And let's see if we can get some nuggets for our audience today about why you're doing well and what you're doing to be successful so people can model it. Why don't we just start off a little bit about you just got into real estate and said, I'm just going to go for it. Kind of tell me some of the short story of kind of how maybe you led up to the point where you realized maybe you need to do viral marketing and why. So how in the world did you get started from scratch in real estate 15 years ago?
Well, that's a great question. And I do want to clear up a misnomer as well. I think people think, oh, you're in Portland, you must know everybody. We landed off the plane from Boston, me, my husband, and our newborn at the time, who's now going to college next year. We knew absolutely no one. I mean, we landed at that airport, didn't know anyone. His boss took pity on us and invited us for holiday dinner. So I walked into a market where I didn't know anybody. I spent 3 years at different startups here before I got into real estate. And when I did, the first thing I did was did a mailer to everybody saying, hey, this is kind of what I'm doing now. If you need me to, help you buy or sell, I'm here. But also if you just have any questions, Ask Sarita. It's my logo, right? And my brand. If any questions at all, ask me. I'm here to help. And so that's how I kind of started it. Before I got into business and actually got my license, I wrote a full business plan. But I realized that I did want a referral-based business. And to do that, you have to, it's like climbing a mountain, and you just know that like to get to the top there, it takes a lot of work. So really, I guess my first point is I didn't know anyone, and I really was focused on clients first and being a resource for them. And then I did know some contacts through the kids' daycare or through some of my startups that I had worked at, but it was still coming from contribution and finding ways that I can help families.
I like that. That philosophy has maintained over 15 years of giving and giving and giving, and you shall receive.
That's correct.
Which is good. So you started with the little list that you have.
Right.
So let's speed forward.
Okay.
Let's get to the point of where you originally heard about Vyral, because these are either Vyral clients on this, or someone who's thinking about becoming a Vyral client, or someone who likes the idea of publishing educational videos to stay in touch. Tell me about to the point where you realize, I got to do something with my database.
Yeah. Right before I had heard of Vyral, what I realized, what was working for me and what wasn't working for me is when I did connect with my clients, it was genuine. I was real. I really do care about my clients. I want them to be successful no matter what they need. If I can help a buyer for 6 months and then talk them out of buying because they really should rent, I know that if I take care of them, there'll still be referrals there for me because I did the right thing and helped them make an informed decision. So what was working well is I was genuine. What was working horribly is I was so inconsistent. I had no methodology. When I remembered my clients, I would text them or email them, but it was definitely few and far between. And the busier I got, the less proactive I was. Then I can't even remember when I first heard about you, but some of the stuff you were putting out, it just made so much sense of like master your database, become the mayor of your community, provide education and value to your clients. I knew it was something I needed to do. So what Vyral brought to the picture for me, your messages were so consistent with what I knew I needed to do. What it brought for me is that missing piece, just the consistent 2 videos a month, every month coming from contribution. And it was the missing piece of having that structure. What you do, I know many people can do themselves, but the truth is we're not going to do it. And by you guys doing everything, I get to do what I'm good at. My highest and best use of time is being in front of my clients.
No, it's good. This is the exact philosophy that I want to hear. Now, when you started, you didn't have much of a database to start. You started with a little bit when you went into Portland.
Right.
How many people would you say you had in your database by the time that you came to Vyral and you wanted to do something with us?
I would say I had just maybe 1,000 or so, 1,000 or 2,000.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
And those aren't like leads. Those are people those are clients.
That first mailer I did when I first got my license was to 500 people. And then I think over time in the next 3 or 4 years, I had grown it to, I would say it was less than 2,000.
Okay. So what were some of your fears and concerns before you jumped on this plan of starting like getting on video and publishing content and sending stuff out?
Oh, well, I can tell you, I still have concerns, but I'm finally learning to get over it. I was so into me, I'll be straight. It was like time to shoot a video. Does my hair look good? I hate the way I sound. What am I going to say? I was so into like that video looking good, and I hated doing it. It's like going to the dentist. Like I didn't like doing it because my metric was like, how am I going to look? Will I look good? And once I kind of had this mindset shift that it really wasn't about me at all, it's about my clients and the message they need to hear, all of that started going away. It wasn't about how I look or what I sound like. It was, these people need to hear these answers. In fact, I carry a notebook around with every question I ever get, because every question I get is either two things. It's a training opportunity because I'm not educating my clients properly. If they have a question on a transaction, or I didn't explain that they have to pay for inspections, or something might come up, then that's a better opportunity for me to explain in the future. So there's an opportunity to clarify, or there's an opportunity to educate. And that, to me, every question becomes a future video.
Got it.
So I just have changed it from, it's about them, it's not about me.
That's the definition of how to have a good relationship. It's when you focus on the other person, not yourself, right?
Exactly. The other thing I would just want to add is that I had all these names in all these different places. And I think I'm a bit of a perfectionist. I think you know this because we've had conversations like, Frank, I've got my Facebook, I've got my LinkedIn, I've got my phone, they're all messed up. And that's the other thing. I think I was looking at the beginning of, oh, once I get everything organized, then I'll be ready to touch it. The truth is, it's never going to happen.
Never.
And
no one does.
And so if you just touch everybody, no matter where they are, and even if you're not in one spreadsheet, it doesn't matter. I just learned the people that need to hear the message are the ones that are going to raise their hand and respond and interact with you. And the ones that don't want to hear the message, they're not ready at that time, or they may unsubscribe, and that's fine. But it's my responsibility to educate these people. And I don't really care how messy it is. Like, it's never going to be clean.
Sarita, I hope what people are taking away from me asking these questions is your philosophy and your approach and your values towards business and to educate and to help. And also some of the limiting beliefs that you had about, can I really round everyone up and send this stuff out?
Right.
Right. And
absolutely. They're just excuses, honestly.
Good. Okay.
Yeah.
So let me just ask you a couple of questions before we actually get into the actual what you did to get business, because we have to set up the mindset first. It affects the behavior, what you have to do. So, you know, Vyral costs money, $550 a month, and you paid $2,000 to get this all built. There's lots of other places you could spend that money. There is no lack of the places you can spend that money for marketing as a real estate agent. Will you walk me through your decision process of all the places you could put that money with and why it ended up with our specific marketing plan?
Well, I think now more than ever, there's so much noise out there that I just wanted to be, I knew that for me, it was all about database. You can go buy leads, you can do everything. You could sit at open houses. And by the way, for everything I've listed out, door knocking, everything you do, there's somebody that's been a millionaire or more doing just that. So there's a million ways to skin this cat. So I am not poo-pooing one method over the other, but for me, I wanted a business where my people liked me, knew me and trusted me, and that I would enjoy working with them and their referrals. So I kind of knew for me it was database. And then I really don't know anyone else that's kind of doing what you're doing. It just made so much sense to be able to reach out. It used to be, we used to get excited, right, when we got emails, do you remember way back when? And then now we get excited when we get text messages. And quite frankly, neither of those are exciting anymore. And so the thing with the video is it becomes personal, and you connect with these people and you share who you are. And so I don't think I mean, sure, when we get to holograms or something else, I know, Frank, you'll figure it out, but
holograms a month.
Yeah. But at the end of the day, they know me and they're building a relationship with me, whether I realize it or not, with those videos.
Good. And I want you to see how this aligns with your values and philosophy of what's comfortable for you, just doing this extension of being the educator and being the person that builds relationship with your database. Now, before we get into how you reconnected, I just have a couple other questions to preface this.
Sure.
What is your definition of a database?
My definition of a database is any single person I've met with or come in contact with.
So how do you meet people? Because if I were to go tell somebody off the street that you have to get into real estate and you have to go out and meet people, they think that's like prospecting, and they think that's like interrupting and being a pest, and it's scary and so on and so forth. Like, will you share with me to someone that maybe shares the same philosophy as you? Like, how do you go about meeting people to bring into your database?
I mean, I think it's just being present, and it's in everything you do. If I have a friend who does CrossFit, and that's like who she is. And now she's got so much business from CrossFit because that's something she's passionate about, and she's built a community around it. For me, it was through all the resources of being a parent and other parents that I knew. It was through tech. I was on a bunch of volunteer committees. There's different things to do with regards to Rotary or the Chamber or BNI. For every single person like me who likes to be in front of people and connect with them, there's those people that are like, oh, there's no way I'm going to do that. I'd rather just be behind a phone because I don't want to actually talk to people. And again, there's no right or wrong, but for me, I'm out there being a member of my community and giving back where I can. And through that, I meet like-minded people. So it started from way back when. I mean, I was in a business network lead sharing group for multiple years. I was very active in my community, both the Indian community as well as my neighbors and even some of my ex-high-tech friends. It's just all those different places where you're a member of a community, that those are your people.
I think, you know, somebody on the surface would listen to what you're saying is, yeah, I go out and meet people, but I gotta drive down to really why you're successful. And this is why people are here. Mm-hmm. Is you sought out to sell real estate with an MBA and working at Intel and startups, and you go into real estate. And there's someone else that I know that sought out that profession too. His name is Lars Hedenborg. He was an MBA from Duke, working like aerospace.
Mm-hmm. I know Lars. He's awesome. Yep.
And you sought out the business, and there was a lot of pride and excitement of saying, I could really help people, and I'm really on a mission, and what I'm doing is really valuable and worthy. That came through in all your communications. That was congruent with what you did, and that's why it was a natural extension of who you are when you went out to meet people. Does that make sense? Is there some truth in that?
Yeah, I would say that that's true.
Let's go a little bit deeper on that. Maybe somebody that's like kind of ends up in real estate and never really wanted to be a real estate agent, now has to go out and somehow find business. Like, you love what you do, and it comes through, and you're as an extension of you online. Why don't you tell us, like, maybe why did you fall in love with the real estate profession so much, and you have so much energy 15 years into it, where for most people they burn out so quickly?
Well,
what is it?
I know you're looking for the secret sauce, and I wish I could find it for you, but I think maybe I'm just, and I know I don't want to say, gosh, oh, golly gee, I love to give or whatever, but I'll be honest, when I joined that leads group, let's just, way back when, it's there's one realtor, one insurance person, one hairdresser, one cleaning person, et cetera, and you're sharing leads. At first, I wasn't even in it to get leads. I was actually in it to build up my database for service providers for my clients. Like, wow. Yeah. So if I can educate these people and they become a salesperson for me, wonderful. However, if they need a mover or they need an insurance person or they need a mortgage lender, I knew the best people. Like, it was literally a service for me to provide that to my clients. Sure, I got referrals along the way, but I didn't do it just for that. And Frank, I think the answer to your secret sauce question is, I don't think you can fake this. You really have to believe it. If you're out there with commission breath going, well, I'm just going to do what she did so I can get her results. But if you don't believe, people can smell that a mile away, and you have to be genuine. So it is truly giver's gain if you give for giving's sake, and you don't really worry about the outcome. The outcome always happens. I go out there with my buyers, and I train my buyers agents as well to break everything. They're ready to write an offer, and I tell them, hey, it's on a busy road. It's Sunday at 3. Come back Monday morning. Let's make sure it's not too busy. And they're looking at me like I have two heads because they're ready to write an offer. But I don't want them to be unhappy.
We'll move on to the next questions. I know you guys want to get into like the tactics and stuff. Right. But what we have to take away from here is you made some very serious money selling real estate for download by referral in a way that you enjoy. And I'm trying to get to the reasons it is. And it's not because your video is SEO'd or you're sending out really amazing videos and everyone else, all the tactics we're getting into. It's this reason right here, is that you show up with giving and helping. And not once have I heard about, when I signed up, your concern wasn't how fast do I get my ROI back, or how fast do I see a deal, or how many deals necessarily come from it. So yes, you want that as an outcome, but that wasn't the main reason why you got into it. It was just an extension of you. It was very congruent. I think that's why you see so much success with this. So just something to think about. Let's move on.
Okay.
So you built up this database of about, let's say, 1,000 people just from saying, hey, I'm in real estate. Let me send you helpful stuff. Let me stay in touch, at least, hopefully. What's your contact information, right?
Right.
And you're sitting there and you have in all these sources. You have Facebook friends, LinkedIn friends, people on your cell phone, people in your email accounts, people on Post-it notes, people on a notepad, right? And you're like, how do I bring all these people together to reconnect with them? And let's talk about what we did about one of your first reconnect messages. Do you remember when we first started? It was a while back. Maybe you don't, because we've been working for a while.
You'll remind me, yeah.
But do you remember what we did? If not, I can explain.
I do remember sitting in San Diego with you starting that reconnect campaign, but I would like you to go ahead and recap it.
It might be okay. Fine.
Yeah.
So here's the deal. So what we did is with Sarita, I said, Sarita, we have to get over this fear that people don't want to hear from you, and they're going to be appalled of you sending them something helpful, through an email. Okay. So we should round up everyone you've ever met. I want to export everyone from your LinkedIn. I can get all those contacts, literally everyone you've ever met. I want to export even your Facebook friend emails, which is possible to get. I want to get everyone from your CRM system, what you're using, whatever, all those people, round them all up, deduplicate them. And I want to upload them to an email marketing program and send them a reconnect message saying, hey, I'm in Portland. I'm selling real estate. I want to answer questions that you might have about buying or selling, what's going on in the community. And if you reply back to this email, I'll answer the question, upcoming show. I basically am starting my talk show. I'm starting a newsletter. I'm going to start publishing educational information to keep you updated on what's going on in Portland real estate. I look forward to staying in touch. If you don't want to hear from me, go ahead and unsubscribe. What questions do you have for me? And an email like that was the first thing to add to your list, which was perfectly in line. It was actually very interesting because you've been having you've had the Ask Sarita brand way before Vyral, right?
Absolutely. I had it before I even got my license. Yeah.
Okay. So you're like the only person I know that has done that because you instinctively knew that you needed to take questions and answer them to bring value, right?
That's right. That's right.
And that's one of the things that we teach at Vyral is I like all of our clients to take like an ask.my name or an ask us approach because a Q&A interactive type of blog post is really like the most sustainable type of content because you can't publish the same topics over and over and over. It's like rehashing the same material. But if you answer questions and constant variations of questions, that content can go on forever and never really run out of episodes.
That's right.
One of the things I'm going to show you actually really quick, and we'll get into some more things here, but I actually have, old Dave Ramsey, the financial guru.
Yep.
I really like his YouTube channel, and we're going to talk about modeling this, but Dave Ramsey wrote a book that has some basic financial principles in it. So he can make some videos about these basic financial principles, but they kind of like run out. Like you kind of talk about all of them and you're done. Well, instead, what you do is you have a call-in show. He has people call in and he answers all these questions about giving financial advice. And that's how you get a show that I think has like 3,000 episodes. What he does is he helps relate these topics and these models and these principles to that person's very specific situation. And that's how you have content that lasts forever. And you'll see that with Gary Vaynerchuk, a lot of people, they always have like an ask me type of content strategy, answering questions from viewers or listeners or whatnot. And you instinctively knew that, which kudos to you when you first started this thing out, which is great. All right. So we send this email out, we reconnect with everybody. We get some questions back. We get rid of the bounces, get rid of the unsubscribes. We have this list. Now you have to commit to asking for contact information to grow your database or else it becomes stale. And it naturally kind of has an attrition rate over time as people move, stop using email addresses, whatnot. So why don't you just tell me, let's talk a little bit. What do you do to build your database? What's your approach to make sure that you're talking to homeowners, maybe any leads that call in, anyone you talk to? How do you get someone's permission and their contact information to add them to the subscription to your blog, essentially, to your VIP list?
Well, I think, Frank, it's just exactly how you taught us. I mean, I focus on, there's a little bit of feedback. I don't know if you can hear it. Sorry. I focus on getting their name, first name, last name, email. And then I tell them, hey, I send videos out, educational videos on the market. Would you like to be updated on the market and what's going on? And if they say yes, great, we add them. I essentially just ask them for their permission. Really nobody I'm talking to, because we're talking in the context of real estate, says, no, I don't want information on real estate. So I just,
you're coming with value. You're not saying I want to spam you.
No, I just say, hey, from time to time, I send out information to my clients and people in my life about the market and what's going on and helpful tips. Would you be interested?
That's great.
It's simple.
Simple. And then They give you their contact information that you bring in your database.
That's right.
So let's just get some basic numbers. I mean, do you have like a system to like, I mean, do you prospect 3 hours a day, or do you have like a system to make sure you make a required number of contacts, or is like business just like magically happen for you?
No, it doesn't magically happen. I have to be very disciplined.
What's the system?
My system is 3 hours of time blocking every day. I do it in the morning. I focus on multiple things, but mainly my past clients. I have goals on how many appointments I want to make per.
So you're not focused on expireds or FSBOs or circle prospecting or making cold calls?
No.
That's what everyone does the first thing in the morning.
I'm calling my past clients and I'm basically asking them, hi, how are you doing and how can I help? It's a really simple call. And I also am spending time making sure I'm recruiting daily as well, which is looking for talent for my team. What I've learned kind of the hard way is your team can be great. My team is great, but you just never know when people are moving, changing, whatever. You always have to build a bench. And so I spend time on lead generation. When I say lead generation, it's really, contacting my past clients, and then talent generation.
So you wake up in the morning and you start your prospecting, what's like 8 a.m.?
Roughly, yeah, 8 to 11.
So you pull up past clients that you helped buy or sold a home with for up to years ago. And at 8 in the morning on a Monday or a Tuesday, you just call them up and say, what? I want to hear it. Tell me. Hello?
Hey, Frank, how's it going? This is Sarita from the AskSarita team at Keller Williams, and I've just been thinking about you. I got to be honest with you, my actions don't always match my thoughts, and I'm just wondering how you doing? How's everything going? And is there anything I can help you with?
Good. I'm waking up. I got kids I have to get ready for school. What do you want?
You know what? I just haven't talked to you, and I just want to make sure everything's going well. If you need any referrals for anything at your house, or if there's anything I can do to help you, I'm here to help. What can I do to make life better for you?
I mean, man, everything's good, but God, Sarita, the market around here is so hot. I see all these homes around selling for so much more than what I bought it for from you like 10 years ago.
Well, it's a great time. You're lucky you're not buying in today's market, but I'll be honest with you, if you are thinking of selling, or if you just even want to know what your house is worth, I'd love to put together an analysis for you and let you know just today, if you were to sell, what it'd be worth for. How does that sound? Would you like me to send that over to you?
How many of your conversations end up going like that, where you just kind of open up with a conversation after you talk to them a little bit, they start bringing up something about real estate?
It happens a lot, right? Because I mean, you know this, if you're in the grocery store at a party, once they figure out what you do, like they only want to talk about real estate in the market. So it happens. I can't tell you the exact number, but it happens a good amount of time. The interesting thing, Frank, it also happens right after I hang up. Like if I haven't talked to you for, let's say, a year and I've talked to you today, I'd be, you'd be surprised the number of people within 5 days or 10 days. Hey, it was great talking to you the other day, and I just realized my coworkers looking for a house, and I gave them your name. It's just being top of mind. The fact that, we have that RAS system of like, wow, I've just planted a real estate seed in their brain, and now their antenna's up for me. And I didn't even have to ask, who do you know? They usually want to talk about the market. And the other thing I do sometimes is just say, you know what, Frank? You know what I do, and I'm happy to talk about the market, but what do you do? What's your best client for you? What's the ideal client for you? I'm out there talking to people. One of the best things I love to do is connect people. It's just like my greatest joy is to watch these connections happen among people I know. So tell me, when you get a moment, tell me a little bit about your ideal client, because you never know when I might come across them. They love talking about that. And then guess what? The law of reciprocity kicks in.
Sarita, I talk to so many people that grind it out talking to strangers all day, even if they've been in business for 20 years. Because the real reason is they're scared to death, and I mean scared, to call a past client or to call someone they know for like a business call. Is this just a natural thing to you that you do, or do you have to get over some limiting belief, or to get yourself in a mode where every morning you wake up and you just call a bunch of people to see how you can help them?
It is, I did have to, back to like that mindset shift I was just talking about, of not making it about me and my hair and how I sound. I had to get over the fact that it isn't about me, it's about them. This was kind of one of those light bulb moments I had. I was at a Starbucks and I saw a past client, and I almost wanted to hide, not because I didn't look good or because I didn't like her or didn't want to run into her, but I felt like she had bought her house at the top of the market. And after that time, our market had sank. This was a few years ago. Like our
Hey, good job, sir. It's all your fault.
Yes. Yeah. Our boom was 05 to 07. And I think it was like 09 and 10. And there was definitely houses for sale a lot cheaper than what she had paid. So my first instinct was, I want to hide. She probably hates me, right? This is just me being human and being honest with you. She saw me, gives me the biggest hug. And I was comfortable enough that I literally fessed up. I said, I wonder sometimes if, like, I just hope that you understand how the market is. And I know that we paid a pretty penny for your home back then. And I hope you're happy. And, I sort of was wondering what you thought of me. I literally was honest with her. She said, what are you talking about? We're so thankful for you. Yeah, we bought high, but we're not going anywhere. And to be honest, we sold high too. I don't know if I would be able to sell my house today. So here I am having this mindset shift where, again, I'm wanting to hide because I'm thinking she must hate me, when she is actually thankful of the service we provided. And so I just realized, like, everybody has their story. We don't need to tell it for them.
Sarita, there's so many people that are just miserable at the profession of selling in general, because they can't get over that fear of what you just talked about, of calling people that they sold to in the past, or calling the people that they know to see who they can help, because they have to focus on the strangers, because the fear of rejection from the people they know is worse than the fear of rejection from a stranger.
Right.
And you overcame that. Is there anything else you want to share with the audience? Because if we can get the audience to make this one shift to calling past clients and people they've worked with and people they know first thing in the morning, and instead of calling strangers, or God forbid, like a FSBO or an expired in real estate that everyone else is competing for, is there any other insight you can provide to the audience on how you got over that? Because that's like the biggest thing.
No, honestly, you do. You just have to do it. And there are some people that won't want to talk to you. I will be honest, for a while there, before the reconnect and before I got consistent, I used to be embarrassed that I didn't stay in good touch with them. I remember distinctly apologizing to someone, like, man, I know I haven't talked to you in a while. I'm going to get better. And literally, he's like, what are you talking about? We get your Facebook messages. We know your daughter just went to school to China for a school trip. Basically, you're even keeping in better touch with them than you think because of social media. So I stopped apologizing and I just started doing. And you just, honestly, Frank, I'm not perfect, but I do the best I can. And I do think you just have to do it.
So when you get into work, at say 8 a.m., what time do you get in?
It fluctuates 7:30 or 8.
Okay, 7:30, 8. How many people do you plan to make contact with, and how many dials? I mean, you're calling your past client list.
Right.
What's your methodology of coming up with who to call? And then, like, let's say, how many people do you try to speak to every single day to generate a conversation that might lead you to a referral to talk to someone who's interested in buying or selling a home?
So my metric is 20 contacts a day, however many dials it takes. So sometimes that's 50, sometimes that's 70, sometimes that's 46. I just keep track of that, my goal of having 20 contacts a day.
Sarita, you speak to 20 people a day. So you speak to 100 people a week.
Yep.
100 people a week. And you're predominantly calling, or at least 78% of the time, right?
Yeah.
Past clients in Sphere, and the rest of it, some internet leads you get?
That's correct.
That's incredible.
Yeah. My team is actually calling the internet leads, and I'm predominantly calling past clients.
All day long. Wow. That has to be a lot more enjoyable than calling strangers.
It is. And I think the one thing that helped me, another tip I would say, is have a party or an event. And it doesn't have to be expensive, but have something in mind, because of course my next thing is, Frank, I haven't talked to you in a while. We need to get together. I can't get together with 100 people a week. I mean, then I would have 100 coffees and not get anything done. So now I always know, hey, we're having our holiday party on December 14th. I hope you can make it. Hey, we're doing a picnic. We're having a free shredding event. We're giving away pumpkin pie. It doesn't have to be a big $10,000 party, but there should be some sort of thing where you can maybe say, hey, I would love to see you. You should come out to this thing. And so therefore you're not going to this natural inclination of, I tend to become friends with a lot of my clients and I can't get together with all of them. I want to, but I can't.
Wow. This is great. So I want to see if I can refer anyone to you. Who's your ideal client? I want to answer any questions that you may have for my Ask Sarita video blog about real estate. I want to invite you to an upcoming event. Like, you should have a whole list of
talking points. Right.
Bring for the reason for the call.
That's right.
I love this.
Yeah.
So how many times do you plan on calling a past client? Like, it's a year?
So it depends. I mean, they're getting
talking to 100 people a week. That's a lot.
Yeah. So it's two, in addition to the 2 videos, it sort of depends on the level of if they're a longtime client or I've got multiple referrals for them, I'm going to call them at least once a month. But otherwise it'll be,
How many people do you call once a month?
I have about 36 to 50 people that I call. Well, they're my VIPs that I call once a month. Otherwise it'll be quarterly, twice a year, or it's essentially, all the models out there, right? It's like depending on the strategic importance of that client to me in terms of how much business we've done. Honestly, Frank, I have one client who's never bought a house from me, but she's one of my best referral sources. She gets like a big bad holiday basket. Even she's quite a challenge.
What a limiting belief that someone could have is no one's going to refer me unless they've done business with me. No. And that's just not true.
That's correct. And so, I mean, it's depending on, how their value to my business as how much I value them. And it's not just dollar value. It's how much they're out there referring for me.
Wow. Great. Man, 100 people a week, 20 people a day.
Yeah.
I think anyone would sell out of real estate if they called 20 people they knew every single day as opposed to what they didn't know. Right. And I would guess a lot of your business comes from, hey, I know somebody who you need to talk to. They give you a name.
Absolutely.
Reach out. A couple of small tactical things. Do you leave voicemails every time you talk to somebody?
Usually the first dial I don't, and then the second time I'll leave a message. I try to catch them live.
Okay.
So if I get voicemail, I won't leave a voicemail, and then I'll try again. If I get voicemail again, I'll leave a message the second time.
Got it. That's great. Well, I hope you guys have learned something from this so far about a philosophy and approach to business that might challenge some of your thinking of having to talk to strangers all the time. And if it's not past clients, let's say someone doesn't have any past clients. I mean, you probably have friends or family or other people, your sphere or center of influence.
That's right.
That you can call too.
Absolutely. It doesn't have to be, if you're starting out and you don't have past clients, you have people that you like.
I would open up that Facebook friend list and your LinkedIn connection list and your cell phone and start making some calls and seeing how you can help people.
That's right.
That's good. All right. So we talked about the philosophy in your mindset. Mm-hmm. We talked about reconnecting with your scatter database.
Right.
Digitally to enhance the phone calls you were doing. Now we have to get in, we talked about adding people to your database, which is pretty much from your phone calls. And a lot of it comes from the referrals that you get and just being about and about. Mm-hmm. Right?
That's correct.
Yep. So now let's get into the content that you publish to stay in touch with your database. All right.
Yep.
So why don't you step back with me and talk to me about, why you chose video. I want to learn how you shoot your videos. And I know you came down to Omaha to shoot some stuff. We'll get to that here in a little bit, but shooting it on the webcam that we send, why don't you just start talking to me about, okay, you committed to make videos. What was the next step for you after that?
When am I going to do them and what am I going to say, right? I mean, you get caught up in the content on what you're going to say. Will it be valuable? And then how do I do it? The how do I do it is a little bit, it's easy. You guys give us the webcam and I have it. It's simple, looks like this. It's nothing fancy. So I have a mic, a thing. I use my phone and Frank, this is something that I think maybe I'm going to stereotype here, but I think a lot of us realtors can be charmers. We're talkers and we can BS quite a bit. And it's very easy to charm our way out of commitments. And so one thing that just helps me is I have an amazing account manager at Vyral who just doesn't take my BS, if you will. It's just like, Sarita, we need to shoot the video. I'm calling you and we literally will not hang up until it's done. So you just have to do it. I mean, there's always going to be something better. Oh, I got to go take a listing. Oh, I got another appointment. I meant to do it at 1. Now I got to do it tomorrow. You just got to do it. It doesn't, we spend more time procrastinating than doing it. It's just,
I think for you to overcome the fear of calling past clients,
seems
like a much more difficult challenge than getting in front of a video and making something.
Absolutely. I mean, and you get success, right? I have a couple of stories to share with you either now or later about the videos working. And that just pumps me up. Wow, people are actually watching this.
Well, let's share that. You wrote me 3. So we're going to get into these go out and these are being promoted. We're going to get to all that. But the question is, does this work? Yeah. And I think the best way to say if this works is you want to hear stories of it working. Right. Because you could say, wow, that could really be me.
Right.
So there's 3 really good stories. Why don't you tell the one about the buyer from many years ago?
Yeah, absolutely. I was in, as mentioned, the business networking group. I was in a business networking group 6 years ago, and I was traveling, and she called me. She said, "Hey, Sarita, we're moving. I want you to come list my house." And I was
That's a nice phone
literally,
call.
yeah, it was a great, and I'm honestly, I can't believe she remembered my name. I hadn't really talked to her in a
For
while
6 years ago.
because she wasn't a past client, and I hadn't, she wasn't on my phone list. I didn't call her. And the fact that she called me, so I said that to her. I said, "Thank you so much. And I got to thank you for remembering me. Did somebody give you my name, or did you see some of my marketing?" She said, "No, I get your videos, and I feel like I knew I would use you. And I feel like your last video, you were talking directly to me in terms of how to prep your house for sale. We're ready." So my takeaway from that is we're in a relationship with them, whether we know it or not, through those videos. She felt like I was staying in great touch with her, and it was very personal, even though I hadn't physically talked to her on the phone.
That's great.
And I got the listing.
You got the listing. Well, that's important.
I got the listing. Yeah.
Good. You're flying to a conference, and you're at the airport, and your phone rang.
Sorry, that was the second one. The first, that story is funny to me. This is a past client. 8 or 9 years ago, she bought with me. Now it's time to sell. Anytime I'm in a listing appointment, I want to answer, how's the market? What are we going to get for your house? What do you need to do? Those are mainly the 3 questions that we get answered. So I'm going into the market, talking about, it's a seller's market and days on the market, months of inventory. She literally cuts me off like this and says, "Hey, Sarita, I know March was 1.3 months of inventory. I watch your videos." It's
awesome.
I mean, she quoted me back to me. Yeah, she quoted, awesome. and now all of a sudden, I didn't have to do any of my preamble. She was a ready buyer, knew about the market because she was being educated through my educational videos. And then the last story, real quick, is this is going to blow you away, and I really challenge everyone who's a rainmaker on a team to see if they might be guilty, like I am, of this happening. I have a team member that works for me for 4 years, my listing manager. And he comes to me and says, "Hey, Sarita, I called our lender to get pre-qualified. I think I'm tired of paying rent, and I think we need to buy." I mean, this is somebody I talked to multiple times a day for 4 years now. We work pretty closely. And I said, "It's so funny you mentioned that. I just shot a video about that, about how it's often cheaper to buy than rent." And he goes, "I know, I watched your video. I was watching it with my significant other, and that's what prompted us to make the call to the lender." So here I am working in real estate every day, talking to him day in and day out. Never occurred to me and where he was with his plans. And the video is what inspired the action, which, was happy, but I was actually sad about how much I could have been helping him had I known. But luckily, the video spoke to him and inspired him to come to me. So it's you just don't know where people are and when the message is going to hit them the way it hits them.
I heard a good quote the other day from a very successful business person that had to get people to their event. And he said, "Well, I don't know one way, 500 people to an event. I don't know how to get 500 people to my event, but I know maybe 50 ways to get 10 people."
Right.
And this is one of those waves, those pillars that add on that has this synergistic effect to get you to the GCI of the year. Those are great stories. That stuff happens. That stuff's great.
It works. Basically it works.
Okay. So you schedule time to record your videos, or at least you should, or you're being hustled Absolutely. To get the time done.
Yeah, we get it done.
You get it done. And you fire up your webcam, right? And you sit in front of your webcam. And now, do you shoot the videos with us, or do you do them on your own?
We've done both. I normally shoot them with my account manager.
Okay.
Literally optimize my settings, and she'll be right there. And we usually do them in one take. We're not for perfect and professional. We're for genuine and real. And so we just get them done.
How long does it take to record 2 quick videos for yourself?
It takes the whole thing from start to finish is about 15 minutes. It's really fast. The video itself is a minute or 2. We know what we're going to say, and we just do it.
So how do you know what to say?
Well, we figure that out as well. But basically my account manager gives me a bunch of topics on things that are working well for other Vyral clients. And then in addition, I keep in mind the things, if I've had 3 sellers talk to me about staging, should we stage or not? That's a great video. The importance of staging, why you should or shouldn't stage. So I'm always also in tune with the things that my people are asking me and what I want to shoot a video on.
Great. Ask Sarita.
Yeah, it's just, I don't want to act like I've got it all figured out. Please don't take it that way. No, because but I don't.
You do have a lot of figured out.
But I do think that it's not as complicated as we make it. You just have to do it.
You just have to do it. I think a lot of it is why I wanted to spend the beginning of this interview with you is the mindset and the approach and the philosophy is you are a professional, you have skills, you have knowledge, and you want to go out and you want to help people.
Right.
You're not going out looking to take. You're going to look out to give.
That's correct.
A relationship is a place that you go to give, not to take. And that's the philosophy that you have with your database, which is fantastic. Okay.
Yeah.
So you record these videos. All right. They go up online. We do all the promotion. We're going to get into all that. I'm going to show some examples here in a little bit. Okay. These videos go out to your list. And then a couple of days after a video goes out to your list, your database, we give you what's called your open and click report.
That's correct.
Explain what that is and how you use it, if you use it, and does that bring you value?
Yeah, absolutely. So it's your report card of your video. Who opened it? Who clicked the link? Who bounced? What unsubscribed? What I want to know is who clicked and who opened, because those are the people that are kind of raising their hand saying, hey, they're interested in my videos. Now, it could just be my husband or my family members. Who knows if they want to buy a house or not. But these are the people that are essentially kind of giving the hint that they're interacting or responding to my message. And they're the ones I should be calling next. Great.
Good.
So that's how I use it.
Good. So let's go into some of your videos and see what we can do to make them look a little bit better.
Great.
Let's go into how about a little live coaching session with Frank?
I love it. I love it. If I can make my stuff better, I'm all for it.
All right. So we'll pull up your YouTube channel here. All right. So I'm on your YouTube channel. You see it?
Yep.
We'll make it smaller so it's bigger on your screen. How's that? Just be nice and big.
Yep. I see it. Great.
Beautiful. Okay. So when I go to your blog page, now again, these are little small things that just I happen to know that has to get disseminated out to my office. This is just some things I can see that we can prove because what you're doing is clearly working. Okay. So I don't want to, as I go through different recommendations, I want to say, oh, that was wrong, or this is just some creative guidance from Frank.
Okay.
One of the things I would recommend, this is your YouTube channel, is you got to work the word Portland into this. Do you plan to stick around in Portland for a while?
I do.
Okay. So I'd recommend we work Portland into your name.
Okay.
So the AskSarita team at Keller Williams Realty Professionals, maybe AskSarita Portland team at W Realty Professionals or something like that. That's all. Because you just want people need to be very clear that you're a Portland real estate agent.
Okay.
You want to make that very obvious. Now, the other thing is I've watched a few of your videos. I'm not going to play them right here for the sound in the video because the audience can't hear it. But I would like to step up your game with maybe some of your video quality, as well as some of your audio quality.
Okay.
Now I'm going to pull up here. You have the Logitech C something.
I have the Logitech. It's the
C615.
Yes.
Got it. Okay. So this is your current webcam.
Yep.
It's come down in price considerably. It's about a $40 webcam. Okay.
Yep.
I'm going to give you a better webcam. It's the Logitech C920. You can get one for about $61. See that?
Yep.
This will basically make your videos look twice as good.
Perfect.
Okay. So if you get that webcam, you'll actually look exactly how I look right now. So let's take a look at some of my video footage real quick.
Okay.
How do I look good?
You do. You look great.
All right. Well, one of the reasons why is I have a window in front of me. See this?
Mm-hmm.
So I have all that natural light coming in on me right there.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm well lit. This is the Logitech C920, and you'll look fantastic. It'll give you a little wire angle, and I want you to pick one of those up. Now, the audio on the webcam isn't necessarily the best.
Okay.
Let's hear what this sounds like through the webcam. Are you ready?
Yep.
This is the webcam.
Yeah, it doesn't sound very good.
Sound different?
No.
No, it's fine. You can hear me. I can record a video like this. I got like a fan and an air conditioner on me. But it picks up all of the ambient noise, doesn't it?
It sounds like there's a garbage can, like a truck.
Yeah, well, I got fans like blowing all over.
Yeah, okay.
All right. But if we get a microphone, let's take a look at the difference. There's the microphone.
Night and day.
Night and day, huh?
Yep.
Now, the challenge is one of the things is you can get a microphone that you plug into your computer. Mm-hmm. I think you have one, don't you?
I do.
Where is it? Let me see what you got.
I have like, it looks like this.
Okay.
And it has like a thing on it. Yeah.
Is it a USB end?
It has, I have one that's USB, but I have this end too.
Okay, perfect. Okay, good. So here's the deal. What we find is if you plug that in and use that as the mic, a lot of times, unless you have a strong computer, the audio won't keep up with the video, and there'll be an audio drift where you look like an old kung fu movie.
Right.
And the audio won't match the mouth.
Okay.
So I'm going to recommend, let's go back to my computer here. We need to get you an external audio recorder. You could also try to use your cell phone too. Your mobile phone might work as well.
Okay.
I want to show you something. So in movies, they record the audio separate than the video.
Okay.
So this is just a simple audio recorder. I mean, you can literally get any audio recorder that you want.
Yeah.
I think it's like the Olympus. Go to Amazon, type in Olympus. I think it's like $70.
Okay.
And it looks just like that. And basically you plug your microphone into it and you press record on the audio. And then you record your video. And then you just send in the MP3 from this with the video from this. And then we match the two in editing.
Okay. So just then I send 2 files instead of 1.
2 files, correct. So what that does is it removes the need of the computer processing power.
Yep.
And now we have the audio recorder. So you have the little MP3, a little USB stick that comes out, you plug it in. Then you have the audio from the video rather from the webcam.
Yep.
Boom.
Okay.
You will look and sound amazing with those 2 small improvements.
Perfect. I'm excited.
Sound good?
Yep.
All right. Let's move to a couple more things. So what I want you to see here, and you can kind of get an idea on the shows that I make for Vyral Marketing. I'll just play one really quick. So this is a nice picture of me and Scott. Nope, you can't see it. Hang on. How's that?
Yep, I see it.
On my website. So I'm going to press play on this. Now, you're not going to be able to hear this. All right? But this is me basically very briefly saying, here is what you're going to learn in this video. I'm going to answer this question. Then it cuts to a logo introduction. Okay? And then after the logo introduction, I come back on and I say, hey, thanks for joining us. Here's the mission of my show. Here's the purpose of my content. You know, here's what we're all about. Maybe a little call to action. I want to answer this question for you today. Make sense?
It's like a teaser with an outro and then you come back. Got it.
Correct. Because when you're going down Facebook or you click play on a YouTube video, you want to speak to them like immediately.
Right.
People do not want to see the logo introduction right away. So watch this. So when I click to watch one of your videos, see 1 second, 2 second, 3 second, 4 second, 5 second, 6 second, 7. Oh my goodness. 8. It's 10 seconds before I get to you.
Right.
Now, this is the way that it's been done for a long time. This needs to change. And one of the reasons you haven't been doing this is maybe we're in a hurry for your video. We didn't shoot the intro. But what I want you to do is I just want you to open up every video that says, hi, this is Sarita Dua with AskSarita, your Portland real estate agent. Today's video, I'm going to let you in on 3 ways real estate deals are ruined and how to avoid them. Stay tuned. Boom. Then we go into a logo introduction, and then you're back on. And I would cut that logo introduction down to like 3 or 4 seconds tops. Okay. Which our editing team can do. And that's just going to hook them faster in the video so people pay attention more right away.
Perfect.
Because when you press play on a video, people want to be like told back exactly what the title is right at the very beginning of the video.
Awesome.
Sound good?
Yep.
So those 3 things: better webcam, the improved webcam, the secondary audio, as well as just a better structure for your videos. Hi, this is Frank Klesitz, and this video I'm going to answer the question 3 ways you can. What are some ways I can really improve the quality of my videos so they look better? Stay tuned. A little intro, some music, then you come back on, and I just want you to say, so this is Sarita for AskSarita, where it's my mission to help you make informed real estate decisions. I'm a real estate professional in Portland, and I have a question that was asked me by a seller. The question is this. I want to answer that question for you today here in my video.
Okay.
Boom. And if you hook them in the beginning of a video like that, they'll watch.
Perfect.
Just really bring lots of energy.
So easy to do. Those tweaks will make such a difference.
They will. These are little small tweaks that'll make such a huge difference. Now, let me give you one more, okay?
Yep. You're on a roll.
I'm on a roll.
Yeah.
I looked at your stuff. I want you to do a good job. All right.
Yeah.
So like I said, nothing you're doing is wrong. I just want to give you a few things we can do to just pick it up just the next notch. And I'll let your Laura, whoever you work with here at Vyral Marketing know. Take a look at all your screenshots.
Yep.
They're boring me.
Yes, they are boring.
They're boring.
Yep.
Let's pull a look at Dave Ramsey. Not boring.
No.
Okay. So here's the deal. When you have a better webcam,
Yep.
we're going to have better footage. That'll
Okay.
look good. Okay. And we just want to get some shots of you showing emotion. I want angry shots. I want happy shots, smiling shots. You know, those are shots that just kind of, all it is just a still from your video.
Right.
And then you put like a little overlay on it. And why don't you see, I really like how they move the still over to the left over here. And they kind of have these slashes. I like that vibe.
Yep.
Let's see maybe if we can kind of model that for your thumbnail.
Okay.
You digging it?
Yep.
That's all.
Basically, you don't want me to look like a anchor woman or doing the weather.
Well, here's a little tip.
Yeah.
So let's say that you send in footage that, you know, we start and end right in the video.
Right.
And then we're going through all the frames and like every single frame is like,
Right.
like we're trying to find a good frame.
Right.
What I recommend you do is like right when you press record,
Yeah.
why don't you like pause for the shot that you want for the still
Okay.
while it's recording?
Yep.
And you can grab that. And then when we write the video, we'll just edit that out. Does that make sense?
Yep.
So your still could be is like, you know, how to get your home sold on time. And your shot could be,
Right.
right?
Right.
Just include that in the recording and we can pull that when we make the thumbnail.
Perfect. Awesome.
Digging?
Yes, I love it.
I love this stuff.
Clearly.
But no, this is going to make your stuff look really good. So let me see what else we have here. Okay, let's talk about search engine optimization, which I don't really care about because video marketing is all about staying in touch with your database. Okay. But there are some things that we can do to help you rank a little bit better. Now, normally what I would say for most people as a general practice is you put the keyword that you're optimizing for right at the very beginning of the title. Okay. Let me see if I can show you an example. So you really wanted to go for Portland real estate agent.
Mm-hmm.
See how you put Portland real estate agent, Portland real estate agent, Portland real estate agent, Portland real estate agent, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
Right.
This is less important when you have Portland real estate agent in the title of your video down here so people know who you are.
Right.
And it's just not working the way that it used to. It's just working less and less effectively to basically put keywords at the very beginning of the videos. Let's take it. Let's make an example. Portland real estate agent. Let's see if you even show up. Nope. Let's take a look at videos.
No.
Nope. Let's go to YouTube. Nope.
No.
Nope. Okay. Wait a minute. Nope.
No.
So here's the deal. If a strategy is not working, what's the definition of insanity?
Doing it over and over and expecting a different result.
Right.
Yep.
So let's try something else. Here's what I want to do. On YouTube, the best way to find out what you should title your videos is this search bar. Okay. Because there's going to be search suggestions. So let me type in, for example, let me make this smaller so you guys can see it here. How's that?
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay. Let's type in Portland real estate market, video market news agents. Those are the titles of your video.
Okay.
Because that's what people are searching for. So
Okay.
the title of your next video should be Portland real estate market, June or July 2017.
Okay.
Okay. Or Portland real estate market news, July 2017. See that?
Yep.
Or Portland real estate agents, how to hire the best one.
Yep.
You see what I'm saying there?
Yep.
These are the phrases that I want you to use and what I want you to think about for your topics. Let's think of some other stuff. Let's try selling my home. Selling my home on Zillow. You know, selling your maybe the question could be, should I sell my home on Zillow? Question mark.
Mm-hmm.
That could be a really good keyword phrase that you use in your videos because that's what people are searching for.
Mm-hmm.
You follow me?
Yep.
So I never, ever want you to make a video ever again without consulting YouTube first to find out what people are searching for. Let's type in buying a home. Buying a home for the first time. How do I buy, so buying a home for the first time is a good one. Buying a home with bad credit. Buying a home with no money down. Buying a home in California because it sees that I live here. Right. It'd be interesting to see what results come up for you in Portland versus in San Diego where I'm at. But do you see the value of just using the search suggestions on YouTube?
Yep.
There you go. There's all your topics you could ever want.
Perfect.
So going forward, one of the most important things that you can do when titling your videos is just don't come up with something arbitrary. I want you to go into YouTube, and you can do the same thing with Google too, I guess. I mean, whatever. What's your next video topic going to be on? Do you have any idea? What do you say? Staging? Home staging?
Home staging, yeah.
Okay, home staging jobs. Let's see.
I did buying a home in Portland, by the way. I just did buying a home, and California and Florida show up in the top 10, but not Oregon.
No one wants to live there.
No, I guess so.
Well, here we go. So check this out. Home staging before and after. Okay. Home staging training. Home staging ideas. Just title your videos exactly, or at least using the full phrase of what people are searching for on YouTube. And that is your $1 million SEO lesson today. Perfect.
So don't reinvent the wheel. Just go by what people are searching for and use that exact title.
Just find out what the market is searching for and use this.
Okay.
That's all you got to do.
Okay, perfect.
So we have just gone through some tips to dramatically improve the look and the sound and the format and the thumbnail and the search engine optimization of your videos. How great is that?
That's awesome. Thank you. Right? I really appreciate the tips.
Yeah, that's it. So what other questions do you have for me before we end here? If anyone's watching live, I actually have the stream over here in the live chat. Mm-hmm. Feel free to type in a question. I'd be happy to answer it for you. But do you have any other questions for me about how we can get some better results for you as a client?
No, you've covered it all. I got to give you kudos on your workshop. You answered more questions than I ever had. I took 30 pages of notes. It was crazy. It was, and I can't wait till you do it again because I'm going to come again. It was that good.
So I'm not going to do these too often, but I actually did a whole 1-day workshop in Omaha. We had maybe 12 people there, 15 people.
Right, something like that.
Yep. And I spent an entire day how to get the most results from the viral marketing plan. And the whole thing is recorded. If you'd like a copy, we'll sell it to you. I'm not sure what they have it priced at. But if you just email me, frank@getvyral, VYRAL.com. If you're a real estate professional, I'll give you a money back guarantee on it. But it's my entire 1-day workshop. It's recorded because we live streamed it with paying live stream tickets. I'll give you a copy of that. But it goes super in depth on all this stuff. Wilson asks, Sarita, are you doing any internet leads at all? Let's talk about that.
I am doing internet leads, and I have seen some good success with them. And I think part of that is still the same strategy of figuring out what they want and giving it to them. So the thing with internet leads, as you know, is to call them right away. And I do have a team. As much as I love my referral-based business, I can't rely on if I'll have 3 to 5 referrals in 1 week or if I'll have less. So the internet leads kind of keep my buyer's agents busy and give them something to work on at all times. But the trick with anyone is the script again is very simple. It's like, hi, how can we help you? We're a real person behind the website. Can I help you with search? Do you have an agent? How can I help you? What are your goals? And then just, again, try to connect with them.
And we're including the people that you speak with as your internet leads on the educational videos that you send out. Is that correct?
That's exactly right.
Good. Wilson also asks, curious what your database conversion versus your internet conversion is. I guess maybe how many people you have to speak with to get a deal from your past clients as opposed to internet leads.
It varies. I don't have
that's a hard thing.
Stats. It's hard because I'm also not calling the internet leads myself. I have my team doing it, and then they're not calling the past clients, so we have different people making different calls. But in general, we obviously have the highest conversion rate on people we know. But with internet, we're always looking and measuring, how much we're spending and who we're getting. But at the end of the day, the nice thing with buyers is they're searching and they're raising their hand by searching. With sellers, there's a lot of different sites, like home valuation sites, but a lot of that stuff's starting to get saturated. And so it's still connecting with people and hopefully getting those referrals. That's always preferred for me.
Cool. All right, so I'll wrap this up. Let me give you a couple of things I want you to check out. So if you want to implement the marketing plan that Sarita is following, once you go to our website, it's getvyral.com. On the homepage, you're going to see the official video marketing plan. It's about 20 pages. Download it. And it goes through exactly what Sarita is doing to reconnect with her database, grow her database, communicate with it using video, as well as prioritizing follow-up with the people that watch it. I want you to check that out. And if you want, you can also request a free strategy session on our website. We'll talk to you. We'll plan the topics. We'll answer all your questions. And we also give you a 30-day no-risk trial. So at any time in the first 3 days, you don't like working with us, you don't like yourself on video, we'll even get some marketing going on. If you don't see some immediate results, we'll give you all your money back. So there's absolutely no risk for you to maybe just see, does getting on video and is this stuff going to be, is this for me? You don't really know until you do it, right, Sarita, like you said before.
Yep.
We give a complete 30-day no-risk trial for anyone who's interested in starting. There's actually one thing I left out before we go, and you can go to our website to check this out, is one of the things we do now is some limited, I don't want to say the word limited, proven. So some proven Facebook marketing plans. And the only two that I've found that have stood the test of time consistently is one, remarketing your website traffic. So anyone who visits your website, Sarita, we want to make sure that when they go back to Facebook, you pop up with a video saying, I'm here to help you. Contact me. And we could set that up. It doesn't cost much. I know you just created that, but that's included in the core program on viral marketing. All right, we execute this for you. As well as we can take all of the emails of everybody in your database. We can upload them to Facebook, and it'll actually match those emails to Facebook accounts. It's crazy. So you can actually run ads just to the people in your database. So when we post a video for you and it goes out through an email, it's actually also posted on Facebook, and then we boost it and advertise it out to your actual database. So not only do people see you through email, they also see you through Facebook, because you probably have to pay for that reach now. Facebook doesn't give you a lot of reach on your business page unless you probably put some money behind it, is what we're finding. Okay? So I know those are two things that we're working on. So, Sarita, thank you.
Thank you, Frank. I really appreciate it.
For all these good tips. We'll end the interview there. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out, leave a comment here in the YouTube comments. Thanks for watching. I plan to bring more hangouts like these your way. Thanks, everybody.